While the world was sleeping, the global balance of power just shifted. This isn't just about a regime change in Caracas, and it's not just about promoting democracy. It's about the largest proven oil reserves on the planet and a $300 billion debt trap that is about to pay out for Washington. If you think this conflict is about politics, you're looking at the wrong map. Today, we're following the money. How America captured Venezuelan president within minutes. Let's see all in detail in this video further. So stay tuned and watch till the end. January 3rd, 2026, 2 a.m. The silence over Caracas is shattered by the roar of over 150 U.S. aircraft. In an operation codenamed Absolute Resolve, the United States didn't just launch a strike. They changed the map of South America forever. Within hours, Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro was in U.S. custody. But why now? And more importantly, why is the U.S. suddenly talking about running a country that sits on the world's largest oil reserves? Today, we're looking past the headlines. We're exploring how this conflict isn't just about regime change. It's about a multi-billion-dollar business plan. To understand the money, we first have to understand the mission. The U.S. framed this as a law enforcement operation. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced that Maduro faced massive narco-terrorism charges. To the U.S., he was a fugitive. To the Venezuelan government, this was a kidnapping. While the world watched the dramatic capture, the markets were already reacting. Crude oil prices, which had been slumped at a 4-year low, suddenly spiked. Why? Because Venezuela isn't just any country. It holds 303 billion barrels of oil. That's 17% of the entire planet's proven reserves. More than Saudi Arabia. President Trump's statement was blunt. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies go and spend billions of dollars, fix the broken infrastructure, and start making money. But how does a country in total collapse become a gold mine for Washington? Here's the first way the U.S. makes money: refining dominance. Most people think the U.S. is energy independent because of the shale revolution. But there's a catch. U.S. refineries along the Gulf Coast, some of the most complex in the world, are designed specifically to process heavy, sour crude. That's exactly the kind of oil Venezuela has. For years, these refineries have had to pay a premium to ship heavy oil from Canada or the Middle East. If the U.S. controls the Venezuelan tap, they get a steady supply of the perfect grade of oil right in their backyard. This lowers costs for U.S. companies like Chevron and Exxon, who are already seeing their stock prices rally. But it's not just about buying oil, it's about rebuilding it. Venezuela's infrastructure is in ruins. To get production back to its 1970s peak of 3.5 million barrels a day, it will require an estimated $50 to $100 billion in investment. Who gets those contracts? U.S. service firms like Halliburton and SLB. In the world of geopolitics, the fixer always gets paid first. The second way the U.S. profits is through geopolitical leverage. For the last decade, Venezuela has been China and Russia's foothold in the Western Hemisphere. Venezuela owes China billions, which has been paying back in, you guessed it, cheap oil. By taking control of the oil sector, the U.S. essentially evicts its rivals. If Washington directs where the oil flows, they can force global rivals to pay higher prices elsewhere. It's a massive shift in the energy balance of power. By securing Venezuela, the U.S. creates a buffer that can keep global oil prices low, which acts as a massive hidden tax cut for the American economy, lowering inflation and transport costs. Finally, let's talk about the Wall Street windfall. Venezuela is billions of dollars in debt to international investors. Many of these distressed bonds are held by U.S. hedge funds and banks. Under Maduro, these bonds were worth pennies. Now, they're soaring. If a U.S.-backed government takes over, these debts could be restructured. Wall Street stands to make billions on the recovery of Venezuelan debt. Then there's the gold. Venezuela has some of the largest gold mines in the world. For years, this blood gold has been traded on the black market to bypass sanctions. Bringing that gold back into the formal U.S.-aligned financial system provides yet another layer of profit for those managing the transition. Is this a guaranteed win? Not exactly. The U.S. is essentially betting that they can run a country in crisis without getting bogged down in a multi-year insurgency. While acting President Delcy Rodriguez has called for shared development, the streets of Caracas remain a powder keg. The U.S. isn't just looking for a political victory. They're looking for a return on investment, whether it's through cheaper gasoline at home, massive infrastructure contracts for U.S. firms, or neutralizing global rivals. The conflict in Venezuela is a high-stakes gamble for the ultimate prize, the world's energy future. What do you think? Is this about democracy, or is it just the biggest oil deal in history? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world. See you in the next one.